Do you feel lost? Does it just seem like there's no spark to enjoy the experience you're having? If so, this is going to be the episode for you, because we're going to talk about how to use a positive mindset to ignite the fuel that will inspire you and leave you fulfilled in your life. My name is Henry, and welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you with me here today, because this is going to be a very special and uplifting episode. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in, and as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy, and then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency, and once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you, and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive state. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you, and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So how do you get that positive energy? When you're feeling down, watching people that are positive or listening to people that are positive can almost feel toxic. It's like your body or your mind cannot accept that energy. You almost start to think, are they faking it? Are they just doing this to make me feel bad? I don't want to cheer up. I want to be healed. I want to feel better. I don't need a happy story. I don't want jokes. Like, do you ever find yourself in that state? Well, if everything's frequency and the law of attraction is true, this is very important. You see, if you're having trouble being around positive people, or you're having trouble seeing the good in a situation, or you're having trouble seeing the good in yourself, whatever it is, we have to understand one of the most important laws of the universe, and that's the law of attraction. Like attracts like. Want and desire does not attract anything. What you are is what you'll attract. The energy within you is what you'll attract. There's a reason why they say birds of a feather flock together. You're not going to see people in a group that are close where one of them is extremely different in their mindset, extremely different in their perspective in life, extremely different at how they conduct themselves. It's not going to happen, because that person will feel uncomfortable. So if you're having trouble getting the positive energy within you, trying to see the positive in the world, it's nothing external that needs to change. And that's a good thing. It's much easier to focus on growing ourselves than trying to live life with the expectation of something external improving, because it may not. Of course, if you do the right things as far as raising your perspective, building up your mindset, building up a vision, and moving forward in that direction, you will change things in the external world, because your path will be different. But that's secondary. First, you have to figure out how to raise your frequency. Gratitude is the number one way. And it's not gratitude like most people think. It's not just saying what you're thankful for. Again, thought and desire, like thinking of something, does not change anything. You have to be consumed with it. You have to bring that energy within you. Well, how do you do that? It's a bit of storytelling, it's a bit of meditation, but it's really connecting with energy. You see, when you start thinking about what it is that you're thankful for, even if it's something that you have to create in the future, even if you have to build a future version of yourself that has leveled up, that has made it through the difficult thing that you're struggling with, that is positive, that feels good, that moves in light, is involved in love frequency at all times, gives it, receives it, all of that. If you have to create this future version of you, and that's the positive place you go to, that's okay. Because it's the energy that you need when you connect with that idea, thought, or memory. And so when you go to it, think about yourself doing whatever it is that you wish you enjoyed, doing whatever it is that you are doing now, but in love and light. Think about it. Experience it. Bring it into reality as if it's real. And the more you can spend time into it, the more you can almost feel the situation. Maybe you're going through a tough time at work right now. You're struggling. You're not making the money you need to make. Inflation has been really high. Things keep getting more expensive. Our bank accounts seem to get lighter and lighter. And you're stressing that. And you're like, I need to make the change. This is hard. This is bringing me down. I can't handle the stress and the anxiety from this. So you create this future version of you. This future version of you has solved the problem. This future version of you isn't carrying the stress of what it is that's bringing you down currently. And you sit in that moment. Maybe it's a year from now, 2 years, 3 years, wherever the vision takes you. And you sit with them for a moment. You become one. You start thinking about how good it is that you figured this out. You start thinking about how proud of yourself you are for figuring out a solution. Whatever the solution is, it doesn't matter. You start getting in that energy. You see yourself in this light. Your body looks good. Whether you wanted to be in better shape, whether you wanted to have more muscle, maybe you wanted to be faster, whatever it is, you see your body in this optimal shape, condition that you built over this time. You look at your face. You see how it's relaxed. You look at the mind within you and see how it's operating in peace and love. How it sees solutions because it made its way through. So you start connecting with that energy. You start seeing this heightened version of yourself. You start getting a little inspired. You start realizing that I can become this. I can make this through, and I get to go through the process. So when you start connecting to things like that, and then you come back to your current situation, you look at your job. I get to solve this. This job is the answer because it is the answer in the sense of I want change, and it is saying, hey, here's something you can change. This is not meeting your needs. It's sticking out. It's causing you a little bit of pain. So you look at it. You tell yourself, I am thankful for this opportunity because I realize now that this opportunity, when I move through it, as I resolve it, creates this future version of me that I love. This future version of me that's at peace, that's healed, that's powerful. This path has to happen. So what is it that future me has that is stressing me out now? Oh, they've got money. They did well. They expanded financially. They've got money coming in all the time. They're making plenty of it. Okay? Well, what can I change now? I'm going to go to work. I'm no longer going to tolerate this anymore. What are my highest skills? What can I improve on? What do I get to bring up within me to make the change? You see, you are an observer. That's what you truly are. And when you can step into the observation energy, you can look at anything. You can look at your present. You can look at the future. You can raise your perspective and see how things impact other people. Whatever you need to do when you step into that observation energy. So you step into that. You start problem solving. You start thinking, okay, this version of me becomes that version of me through the problem solving that I do today. This is a puzzle and I'm going to solve it. I'm not going to accept things that do not resonate with this future version of me because I want that future version of me. I deserve to be that future version of me. I will be that future version of me. And so you start thinking, dreaming, visualizing, what do I need to do? Can this job get me there? I want to double my income. That's what feels right for me. I make $50,000 a year right now. I need that to be 100. So then you go to that job. And of course, you're going to be respectful. You're going to treat everyone with respect and manners. Of course, you're not going to just walk in there and demand to be paid double your money. But you go to your boss and you say, things have changed. I'm ready to level up. This is what I want to make. I want to make $100,000 a year. I know I can't do that in my current position, but I'm willing to do the work to get there. What career path is there for me? What development can you offer to me so that I can get there? My goal is to get there by next year, or my goal is to get there in 2 years. What can we do here? And you see, when you do that in a positive way, in an exciting way, they might have a solution. But if they don't, whether they say, well, that's not possible, no one makes that here, or you're not going to do it, whatever the reaction is. If it's positive and they say, let's do this, and they start giving you the path, they start giving you the stretch assignments, they start connecting you with people within the company that are doing it, that's a win. And you started it by using the visualization of your future self, bringing it within now, and being a problem solver, going into observation mode, observing your situation, and then moving forward with energy. So you brought that energy of what you expect out of life to your job. Now, maybe they say no. Okay, I'll keep doing my work. I understand completely, no problem. And then you start looking for your next opportunity. Maybe you brush up your resume. Maybe you start reaching out to other colleagues or people that you know that are doing better than you financially. And you say, hey, I'm looking to get $100,000 a year. Do you know of any opportunities? You start looking for that next job. Maybe you start your own side business. Whatever it is, when you start making changes, when you start making adjustments with the future you in mind, the more positive, loving, healed version of you, you start becoming it. When you start becoming it, then you start attracting the frequency that you desire. And again, you didn't have to change anything external. You changed your internal state. You changed what you'll tolerate. You changed what you value and what you want to receive. And as you did that, it starts showing up. The law of attraction makes it happen. It's the universal law. It doesn't stop. It's working right now. You might as well allow it to work in your favor. So create your vision, bring it within you, and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a positive perspective on what you can do to change your situation and really level up and connect with your higher self. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook group all down below. So I appreciate all the follows there. And if you listen to this episode and you thought to yourself, I'm ready to level up, I want to do these changes faster. This is what I do. I'm a coach. I work with people one-on-one to build that mindset, to build that positive frequency within them so that they can create a vision and make it a reality. I actually have 2 programs. I have my one-on-one program where we do it together, we work through it, and then I also have my business program, the Zone of Genius program, where we do it for your business. We build that vision. We lock in your core values of your company to make sure that it's a success. If you're interested in finding out more information about either of those programs, you can reach out to me via Instagram, or there's a link down below. If you fill that out, I will reach out to you directly. And if you just enjoyed this podcast and you want more content, check out my other show, Unlock Your Abundance. It has new episodes that come out every single weekday at the same time as this one. It's the same format, but it's all about tapping into that abundance, whether it's wealth, health, or happiness, so that way you can live abundantly. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.